In this tutorial, I'm going to show you the rotations of a 5-1. And in later tutorials that I will have in my listing, I will go through rotation by position. In this first rotation, I will show you the setter position in a 5-1. Now, in serve, I'm going to show you where you go after you serve in your position, in your transition, pretty much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be serving first. This is going to be my middle. That's going to be my outside. So I'm going to be serving. As soon as I serve, boom, I serve, then I'm back row. And I'm ready for this position. Boom, boom, boom. And if I want to transition to offense, I go straight up, transition to offense, and then I go straight back. Boom, I stay right here. That's rotation 1, serve. Rotation, serve, receive, number 1. Now, for a setter, we are going to stack them as close to the net as possible, because when the ball comes on over, the setter has to get into the position and set the ball and make an offensive move. So how we're going to stack the setter is we're going to push the outside up, right up here. Now, for doing that, now we're going to leave a big gap open in the back. So what's going to happen is now we're going to move our middle over, which is our flag, and now our outside is going to be in the middle. And now what's going to happen is now our right side is going to pull back. So now we're covering as much zone or as much space as possible, putting our setter in the best position as possible. Now, when the ball comes over, we are going to transition right into this spot, wait for our pass, and we're going to set it. As soon as we set it over and the ball goes back over, our whole transition's going to work. We are going to move back into our defensive transition back here. We're going to cover this zone right back. Rotation number 2, serve. Now that our outside is serving, how is our server going to stack up? They're going to stack up over here, right in the middle, pretty much facing this way, because you want to run to your position as soon as possible, and that position right over there is our defense. So as soon as our outside serves, we're going to go right over here, play the position. Our outside is going to go all the way over here. Our libero is going to come in the middle. So now we are in our defensive position and we're ready to play the ball. This is rotation 2, serve, receive. Now we want to stack our setter up to the best position where they can get to the ball as fast as possible to make an offensive play. Now with stacking, we don't want to cross another player because then we will be out of rotation. So this is my right side, that is my middle, that is my outside. Now with stacking, I'm supposed to be middle back. But of course, because I want to be at the position as soon as possible to make an offensive play, our middle is going to scoot over for me and she's going to cover my back. Now what's going to happen is as soon as we're pushing up this right side, the ball comes over, I'm already in my position, they pass to me. Now this right side is going to go straight over there. My middle over here is going to go straight here. My outside is going to be playing outside. I'm going to set the ball. Boom. Hopefully my middle comes up. As soon as the ball goes back over, my defensive spot is back over here. So I'm going to transition back over here. I'm playing defense because I'm not front row yet. And they're going to scoot on over. They're going to go into their defense. This is rotation number 3, serve for setters. All right, so what's gonna happen is now I gotta stack in the back row so I can get to my defensive spot as soon as possible. And to do that, I have to pretty much stack behind my outside. So what's going to happen is I'm going to be right here, boom, facing this way. I want to face this way because I want to rush to my spot as soon as possible. So my middle is serving right now. As soon as my middle serves over, my outside is going to go way over here. Boom. I'm coming over here right in my defensive spot, ready to go.
Here's Catherine Plummer, 26 kills on Thursday night. She carries
So, rotation number 3, serve, receive. So, what's going to happen in rotation number 3? All right, I am all the way in the back row still. Now I have to get into the front row. So what's going to happen is I'm going to stack up and I am going to push my middle. And for the reason why I push my middle is because she is over here. I have to make sure I'm in the front row and I'm not illegally doing it. So who's going to cover my back? So what's going to happen is my outside is going to scoot over and she's going to cover my back row. So as soon as the ball is snapped, well, served, I'm going to rush all the way over to my spot for serving and I'm going to serve the ball. But as soon as I do that and I make an offensive play and the ball goes all the way back over the net, I'm going to go back over to my defensive spot in the back row. So that is going to be, the ball is snapped, I am going to go back over to my defensive spot or my offensive spot, make a play, then I'm going to go all the way over here and I'm going to play my defense and I'm going to stay there until I have to make an offensive play. So you just rotated to the front row. Now you got to stack to your position as soon as possible. And that is all the way right of the net. So how you're going to stack is this is your outside, or this is your middle, this is your outside. So I'm going to be as close as possible into the middle so my players can get to their spots as well. So as soon as the ball is served over, I'm going all the way over to the right side to play defense on the net. You don't go back to the back row anymore because you're front row. So you're playing defense on the net. As soon as you block the outside, boom, you turn around and now you're setting, boom. And these players should go to their positions so you can make your reads. Receive, rotation number 4. So you're still front row, but you're stacking all the way to the left. So that is the case because you need to pretty much get to your spot as soon as possible, but you don't want to overlap. And that is a huge problem in volleyball, overlapping. And these guys are, one is going into the middle, one is going to the outside, and the reason why we don't stack all the way to the right is because we don't have a right side. So when transitioning, we gotta run as a setter. So as soon as the ball is served over the net, we are going all the way over to our defensive spot, all the way over to the right. We are doing the exact same thing. We're blocking, and then we're getting into our position to set. And then we stay on the net for defensive plays, because that's our defensive spot. Number 5, serve. So now that we have our server back there, what's going to happen is now we're going to be stacking up front. So this is my middle right here. So my middle doesn't want to get in my way. So we want to make sure the middle is angled, boom, to the middle, and I am angled right here. So as soon as the ball is served, I can still transition. We transition, middle goes over here, right over here, plays defense right there. I'm playing defense. I go up and block. They pretty much get past my block, and then I'm going to turn around and set. Boom, boom, I'm setting. As soon as I set it, the ball goes back over. I'm going back into my spot right here, and for so on until we lose the rally. Serve, receive. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack, and I'm already in the position where I want to be. So what's going to happen is my middle is going to be over there, and my middle is going to pretty much go straight into the 10-foot line as soon as the ball served over. And I want to be sitting like this so I can see where the ball goes. So as soon as the ball is served over the net, I'm looking for it, I found it, I pass, and now I go back to my defensive on the net right over here. I go back, I block, and then I repeat and wash again. Rotation number 6. Rotation number 6 is the easiest rotation for setters. Pretty much you're already in your spot. So when you stack up on rotation number 6 serve, you'll pretty much stand in your defensive spot. And you don't have to move, you don't have to do anything, you just stand right here, you wait for the ball to come. Now, for serve and receive, it's the exact same thing. You stand in the spot like this, you wait for the ball to come to you, and then you set it, you go back into your defensive spot. No worries. And that is all 1 through 6 serve and receive rotation for a setter.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.